Good evening. Hi, Derek. Hi, David.
And Steve is joining us too.
Beautiful. I'm so glad to see everyone. How's the audio, Janine? I drove to the parking lot near ShopRite to get better reception. Is it better?
Yeah, it sounds great. It sounds actually like this nice softness to it too. Like you're in your own
So
audio booth.
I'm so glad. The acoustics of my Toyota is pretty good. It's wonderful. So it's 9:02 and I know everyone wants to start. So what we can do is we can start the practice and welcome others as they come in. All are welcome. Welcome, welcome. Elise, is that how you pronounce it? Okay, let's start, everyone. So, the intention of this meditation is to bring and get to a relaxed state. We get to healing and get to peace. We're going to start by getting into a comfortable position. It's up to you. You want to lie down or sit or stand or walk as long as you're comfortable and welcomed in your own body. As we notice our breathing, we're going to allow our eyelids to relax. They might be feeling heavy, and that's okay. You're welcome to close your eyes, keep them halfway open or open. It's up to you, as long as you're comfortable, relaxed, and noticing our breath. We're going to intentionally place the tip of our tongue on our upper palate, right in front of our teeth on the inside of our mouth. This gentle placement of the tongue is its natural home. When babies sleep, that's where their tongue usually is. And noticing our breathing as we're relaxing and releasing any tension in any areas of our body. Take a few moments to notice your breathing. Are you breathing from the top of your lungs or from your diaphragm? As long as you're comfortable, just noticing. Noticing your back. Is it curved or is it straight? Again, no attachment, just noticing. It's up to you. And coming back to breath whenever we want to feel focused or grounded. And now let's use our breath to intentionally be open and receptive to positive thoughts, nourishing thoughts that would help heal the mind and the body. As you're breathing, when you inhale, intentionally inhale relaxation and exhale anxiety. Inhaling relaxation and exhaling anxiety. Do this at your own pace a few times until you feel your whole being relax. Allow yourself the space. Inhaling relaxation and exhaling anxiety. Noticing how your breath helps you create the intention of relaxation. Now let's add another thought in our inhale. And this time, let's inhale joy. And let's release suffering. Inhaling joy and releasing suffering. Do this at your own pace, noticing the duality without any judgment or attachment. Just noticing any thoughts that show up, letting them be as you inhale joy and release suffering. Feel the joy in your breath, in your heart, in your lungs, and release the opposing energy. Now, with our next inhale, we're going to inhale love. the ultimate love, unconditional love. And we're going to release in our exhale fear. As you inhale, feel the love in the air, going through your nose, into your lungs, throughout your body. Notice how your body elevates, how that energy elevates, and how you're shedding and releasing any fear. Healing each cell, healing each organ, inhaling love, and exhaling fear. Feel the love course through every vein, every space, every muscle throughout your body. From your head to your arm, your torso, your legs, your toes. Feel your body become elevated, rejuvenated, reinvigorated with love. Notice your heart expanding as you breathe in love. Notice there's very little fear or even no fear left, only love. If you so wish, then place your hand over your heart. Express gratitude for your body and being able to inhale and internalize all good things, all the gifts, all the energy and the love that comes with each breath we take. Thank you. Thank you for this breath, for every breath. When I'm awake, when I'm asleep, when I'm mindful, or when I'm surviving. Thank you. Feel the loving energy come with each breath throughout your body. And if you so wish, imagine this breath as a gift that you can give to someone who you love or who you think deserves it or needs it. Imagine yourself giving them this gift of love that you've created for them. Expressing in your mind and in your heart, thank you. I love you. Notice your breathing. Notice the aliveness of your body. And before we come to a close, let's say one last expression of gratitude for everything in our life, all the gifts that we sometimes take for granted, such as breath, simple breath. Thank you. And when you're ready, slowly and gently, with compassion and grace, allow yourself move your fingers, your toes, different muscles of your body, coming back, being present. And if your eyes are closed, slowly, gently, and with love and compassion, open them and be present to all the love surrounding us. Thank you, everyone. So happy to see everyone. You know, the more I meditate, the more, especially now, especially, with groups like this, Janine, during our morning meditations, the more valuable it becomes to me. I get that it's valuable. And it's one of the most valuable things that I can do for myself and for this world is to be in connection, to be in community, to be in love. Such a wonderful reminder. I love the blanket that you're covering yourself with. Good to see Becky.
Thank you, Sammy. It's funny. It's actually my mom's jacket. I feel like I wear it more than I wear my own clothes at this point. Um, it was interesting the space that your meditation took me today. Like it was like I don't even know how to explain it. I was like I would go so deep that like in two parts, like I literally had to like kind of focus myself on like listen, like do not fall asleep. Like today was I don't even know. Maybe it's like also letting me know that my body is wanting that rest. Um, although where you were guiding us even this evening, and I'm gonna be more practical into it too, like just knowing and noticing how quickly my physical being is speaking maybe a different like love or a different desire than my spiritual or my emotional. Because in two parts too that I thought was really interesting too, like I found myself as like I leaned deeper in my chair, also trying to still have my feet touch the ground. I don't even know what that was about now that I'm thinking about it. And it was just interesting because I feel like there's a part of tonight's meditation, and I forgot what part you had taken us through it. Um, but it had me recognizing how quickly people can kind of like disassociate, or even themselves, like what they're practicing, like what they're saying, what they're doing, um, versus like when they're in alignment and they're both on the same page. I feel like maybe it's just reminding me tonight of like why, like you're saying, I love these communities, and I love that there's like crossing so often right now, because I found that in myself again today, specifically with your meditation. So thank you. I will never take any of this for granted, because I am noticing how often these types of practices really do get us to be more true to how often we are doing the things, even if sometimes it can be hard. Mm.
Mm,
Yeah, I am complete.
thank you for sharing that.
Thank you for the guidance.
You know, the mind is going to go where it needs to go in order to get to where it needs to get to be complete. So my voice is there, right? And but where you're going is absolutely fine. It doesn't have to be going exactly where you think I'm telling you to go. In fact, just be. Just go with your flow. That I mean, that's my intention, right? Is whatever shows up, shows up. So it's like, we're bringing intention to a conversation, but the objective, the overall objective is love. So however you get there. Yeah. Like religion, right? Different religions, yeah. The overall objective is what? Love. If you take each religion and you squeeze it down to its essence, it's like, all right, what's left? Love. In different languages, in different ways, different practices, because we need it as human beings.
Speaking of love, Sammy, I love your voice, and it just this happens to be my bedtime, and so I'm just kind of drifting in and out and listening to you speak and listening to the guidance and following it, and then falling asleep and then coming back, and it's a lot of fun.
I love, I love it. Yeah, I've had that experience. It's great. It's so like, just keep on talking. I'm just gonna. Yeah.
You really need to do a YouTube video that's people could just they have sleep meditations. Well, that's a sleep meditation too. It's
Right.
like
Yeah. Sure. Sure.
at the end of the day.
Yeah.
There's some people's minds are still running a mile a minute. It's like,
Yeah.
but thank you.
It's my pleasure, and you're welcome. And thank you for being here. Thank you, everyone. Love having everyone here.
I don't know if
I'm
any.
seeing that.
Yeah, go, Derek.
I'm seeing that the dangers of slacking in my meditation. I've not been the most diligent meditator for probably the past 3 years or so. So I'm at some level of peace and whatever the benefits of meditation are. My levels are somewhat lower than they were, let's say, 4 years ago. So where to start here? So with Buddhism, you might say from one angle that if the danger of what you're trying to avoid is to be attached to things that you can't necessarily keep, and to try to reject things that you may not be able to control. But within what you do have control of, you do have control over your courage, and you have control over your ability to let go what's not meant to be yours.
Mm.
So within that, if you just kind of think of how it plays out compared to what most people might be trying to achieve for meditation, a Buddhist might look at it somewhat differently. That, that maybe the goal for a Buddhist, or for my flavor of Buddhist, is to not get too high but not get too low, and it's so to even out the both the highs and the lows of the waves, so to speak. And so that goes like it goes. But what I'm in the space of not having a weak practice for several years, what the last several years, other people kind of bringing their, hey, here's how to think about, here's how to think about your spiritual life. As a lazy Buddhist, one of the things that annoys me fairly often, specifically in the context of not being very practiced myself, is the rainbows and unicorns approach to spirituality annoys me. But it annoys me because I'm not doing my own practice myself to just be like, okay, whatever. So I find myself in a meditation where everything is positive. I find myself being cynical about, oh, here goes that rainbows and unicorns crap again.
Yep.
But that's only showing up within me not doing the work for several years, because I wouldn't care if I had been meditating twice a day every day. I just wouldn't care. So meditate, people. Don't slack, or
Don't
you get all
slack.
resigned and cynical. But
Right, yeah. Wow. It's almost as, when I was going through a separation, right? I would see couples and I'd be like, that's just a story that didn't come to a conclusion yet. As they're holding hands, I'm like, yeah, give them a couple more years. You know? Um, and then, as I noticed that, I had love, and that love wasn't something that someone gave me externally and said, here, Sammy, here's some love. That love came from here, from within me. And that capacity to love didn't go away just because that person is not receptive to it anymore. It's still there. It's absolutely still there. And I said, okay, you're not going to be receptive to my love. I might as well receive my own love. And then I see the couples and I'm like, oh, that's so nice. You know, that's great. Great. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for you. But yeah, I've been there. I've been there. And sometimes I still get there.
yeah.
Yeah. The rainbows and unicorns, like the book. Get back to the real world. I mean, look what's going on. Just go on the subway ride in New York City and you know, yeah. Yeah.
And then the other thing is that if you ever watch a video of Shunryu Suzuki, the guy who did Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind, he looks like he's about to crack up laughing at all times.
I love that.
Like at all, like at any
Yeah.
moment, he's half a second away from just
Yeah.
chuckling about something. So so that, and obviously all he did to get there was meditate. It's like,
Yeah.
and there's also a freedom and a playfulness and kind of a kid like thing. If you just kind of let the world be the world, then the ability to laugh at the absurdity of reality is like right there.
Well, in this
But I
practice,
gotta meditate.
well, and it's funny too, Derek, because what if in where you are in your practice of not having to do that, it allows you to now really deepen that practice going forward. And it's funny, circling back, Sammy, that is what I kind of got to, because there were actually two parts where I was pulling myself back, and I had my eyes open. I love at the very beginning, you were like, as I was laying back, and you're like, oh, and allow your eyes to close and like feel that heaviness. And then after that, you're like, or not, and my eyes automatically opened up. And it's funny. Yeah, I was like, oh, it's almost like my subconscious mind was kind of doing like Simon Says, while my conscious mind was like, I'm ready to rest. And so, Derek, I love that you bring that back, because maybe Samuel's already picking up on that. Like, I feel like it almost was like mental push-ups. Like, because then at the end, it was kind of like you brought us back, and then like we were still in it. Yeah, you knew it. You knew it. And then it was like by the third time, you're like, okay, wiggle your hands, like wiggle your toes. I'm like looking, I'm like, feel like I just did this like a couple times already. Okay, that's cute. Now, Derek, that's even cuter. I feel like Sammy picked up on that. I feel like that was the energy in today's meditation. You
I
so
I
good.
definitely wanted. See, this is where the cracking up comes. Like he caught me, right? Like I feel guilty now, but not really. Um, like I really want it to be relaxing, but I don't want us to fall asleep in oblivion and just go into the mist. I want to have some sort of intention. So, yeah, that does happen. And it might not be 100% intentional, not 100% semi-intentional. Um, Derek, I would love, what showed up as you were talking? I would love for you to lead a meditation. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Guided, well, the kind of meditation I do is pretty much almost never guided. It's just you get instructions ahead of time and then you just sit there.
I'm in. I'm game.
Yeah.
I'll sit there.
Same.
Yeah, some Zen
Yeah,
guys call meditation just sitting, and that's it. What are you doing? Just sitting. Yeah,
the
I can do
journey.
that.
Yeah,
I can do
yeah.
that.
Beautiful, Becky. It's so true. Yeah. It's like from the outside observer, from those not experienced in meditation, you would see someone just sitting there, and then from those that are experienced or have some kind of exposure to meditation, you know that guy is going through realms and realms and levels of consciousness, in and out, and different dimensions of thinking, and what's real, what's not real, what has meaning, what's inherently, what is real, what is true, that kind of thing. Is it really blue? What does it really mean? Does it, do we all see a different color of blue? That sort of thing. Is blue to Janine red to me?
I think I got the cranky branch of Buddhism, which basically if you talk to a Soto Zen priest and you tell them that you just had this mind-blowing experience during meditation and you saw how all the universe was connected and oh my God, and it was just I felt so wonderful, and this priest would say, that's nice, keep meditating.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. That's that's, that's nice. Go back. Go back and sit down. Get back in your seat.
So so it's kind of like it's like take it with a grain of salt. It's one more feel good thing that your mind cooks up, which it's not reality, but it's a construction of your mind. And just because it seems mind blowing, it's just one more construction of your mind.
It's beautiful, and in expressing that elation to someone and sharing with someone, um, as a a high level, high energy practitioner, priest, instructor, right? They would see, okay, because you are trying to express this to me, conveys to me, you need to go back and meditate.
Well, I mean, that's if they were going to be cynical about it, but
Yeah.
if they're just going to be enlightened about it, they would just realize that it's just one more construction of the mind. They wouldn't be resigned and cynical to say, hey, just go meditate.
Yeah.
So their instruction to go meditate some more would be just like, okay, yeah, okay, go meditate some more.
Yeah. Lovely, lovely conversation.
So Derek, in terms of the brain waves, when you're meditating, is it the theta brain wave?
Yeah, there are. I think it's whatever there is a set of brain waves that's more pronounced during advance. During for a meditator who's been meditating for decades, let's say, the brain does tend to settle out in one particular pattern. And I think it depends on, I think transcendental meditation settles out in a different pattern than, let's say, shikantaza does.
Really?
Because in a way, transcendental meditation is kind of the opposite of shikantaza. Because the shikantaza is just letting stuff come and go, whereas transcendental focuses on one thing.
Right.
And it's weird how from doing something that's pretty close to the opposite of each other, you can actually get similar results.
Well, is it the goal though to maintain or come into a peaceful state of mind, calm, tranquility?
It's the official Soto Zen stance on meditation is that there is no goal. You're just sitting, period, full stop. They say there's no goal, but sitting is enlightenment. Like you are the Buddha as you're sitting there meditating. That's it. You're meditating, you are the Buddha. Your
So
goal is
maybe
not
there
your
is
goal
no,
is not to be the Buddha, but you are the Buddha when you meditate.
but there may be no stated goal, but there is something going on within the context of the brain that's reflected in brain waves,
Sure.
either theta or delta.
And
And you
honestly,
would not call that an agitated state,
right.
obviously.
And honestly, I have goals when I meditate, so I'm not I break the rules a little bit there.
So I was late tonight because I was in Target and I had no kids with me, right? So I was like, this is my chance, like to like try on clothes and stuff. And there was this robe that I had been looking at for a while. And I was like, I'm just gonna sneak in and try on this robe real quick. It was, I can't even tell you the experience of feeling this robe on my skin. It took me to like a different place, like a different state of being. It was the softest material I've ever felt on my body. And like, I honestly checked out. I felt my whole self just travel to this amazing place. And I didn't want to walk out of there without the robe. I did. I'm going to come back for it, but I had to make, grown up choice right then and there. But I did not want it to leave my body. And as I was walking out, I remembered that I was missing the meditation that I had to jump on. I thought, oh my God, what if I combined the feeling of this robe with a meditate? Like what different places that I can go. And then I start realizing, why aren't we like, besides just like mentally and like, going into that state, like what if we did combine like different feelings and senses and stuff to just kind of like elevate the experience? And what a contribution that is, like, because just being in this fabric it was one of the most relaxed, comforting, like I felt like baby in the womb. Like it just took me places. And what an amazing experience that was. So I kind of like want to do like a cozy blanket meditation, like, you know, like everybody wears something sensory that's like sensory pleasing, and like collectively just kind of coming together and see like what that combination of different experiences and different senses would add to the whole experience. I don't know, but it seems like a lot of fun.
I could see everyone wearing silk robes and coming to meditation virtually.
If you know Victoria, Victoria would be all into this.
Yeah.
She would be all excited right now.
Totally. Like we're all gonna wear red silk robes for a red silk meditation. We're gonna really feel it and be present to the sensation, which is, it's being present to the sensation is joy, and being present to, like, we have different senses, right? How many senses we have? Five, and then yeah, we have five senses. So there's the touch. Touch is one of them. So if we're really, really present to that, we could find different levels and different states of joy. Hearing, same thing, with real hearing. There's something there that happens where we get present and like it all makes sense. And seeing and smelling. Wow, smelling, totally. And I've seen people get really present and elated with taste, including myself. There's mindful tasting, mindful eating. So there's absolutely something there for the senses.
Oh, we can do like a group tasting and just kind of like journey with flavors, like momentary journey with flavors.
I
Like
love it.
everybody just kind of like has something, and like we give ourselves like 5 minutes just to really like commune with the flavor and see what it evokes for us, like see what kind of places it takes us, see what it brings up for us, and just really getting to know yourself and explore that whole thing. Like this could be so much freaking fun. Like how much fun could we have with this?
You gotta invite Victoria to this. There's gonna be all kinds of chocolate.
I just feel like, oh yeah, like a cup of hot cocoa and just like really just like wow. Really going
Yeah.
on that journey with cocoa. I can go on a journey with cocoa for like an hour. Like no joke.
Reagan, do you want me to call on you, David?
I was just thinking he's waiting to be invited
He's
into the
waiting to be
conversation.
called on.
As part of his design, he's waiting for his invitation.
Yes, that you better call on me kind of thing. I got an idea.
Between Cappy and David, I was like, okay, well, David's on camera.
Yeah, I was waiting for I was so looking forward to this meditation all day, just knowing that I went to the gym this morning, and then life just happened. I So instead of I got to go pick up Jackson Moxie because there was there's been this big thing that happened with my stepson at school. So there's like police involved in a lot of stuff. So their mom's going to a meeting tomorrow at the school, and she got to talk to some officers. So I ended up going to pick up the kids, but I didn't find that out until 20 minutes before the meditation. So, um, and then, geez, I don't mean to just share everything right now, but I had this, we had that meeting earlier, and I kind of like in the Millionaire on Tour, kind of like pulled a string with me because, or I don't know how to say this, whatever the phrase is, but I sent in this application, and then after I sent it in, like I kind of felt like an idiot. So it was like that. And then I had a conversation with two separate conversations. They kind of helped me a little bit. And then so it's like it all built up. And then I'm in the car listening to Sammy with Jax in the back and Moxie. And then, of course, Sammy's voice did it. And Jax fell asleep in the back seat. So I was like, hey, at least somebody's getting the full effect.
That's great.
So
I love it.
it was just like, even though all that happened, I was still able to, now the kids are, Jax is sleeping, Moxie's quiet right now, and it's nice and calm. I don't have to go to the gym. So I'm enjoying it. Thank thank you for inviting me into the conversation.
It was a day, huh? It was a day for you.
Sheesh, that was just the night. Today was the first day that I woke up at 5:30 in the morning, and I got to the gym before the morning rush. I did my Tony Robbins priming, and now I'm just over here like, dang, because I already know that I can't get the kids up at 5:30 in the morning to go to the gym, but I'm still going to wake up at 5:30. So it's working on keeping that schedule and sticking with it, not coming up with excuses for it. So it continuous progress every day. Oh yeah, and that conversation from this morning's meditation. Sheesh, that probably sat with me for a while, but we'll get into that tomorrow. Lots of love, lots of love. Thank you.
So glad David to be here. So glad you made it. Isn't it funny how things happen 20 minutes before your commitment? It's just really funny. Sometimes I look up, I'm like, hey, you're a funny guy. I see what you're doing. I gotcha. Yeah.
But you
It's like
show
there
up.
things show up. Yeah.
But you show up.
And
And
it's
that feels
go ahead.
great, right? Doesn't it feel great? Like when like even though life tried to throw you at a curveball and you still managed to just show up regardless. Like that's just an accomplishment itself. That has to feel good. I always like revel in that feeling like hell yeah. Still here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was something about today. It wasn't even just surrounding conversations. I don't know if it was my health or what, but I had like this real stress that was overwhelming me, and I'm very, I don't know. It was meant to be that it was Wednesday, and I got to be here, so just I just soak it in, even through the types of meditation where we're not supposed to find peace. What Derek was talking about. I'm over here. I'm like, hey, you keep going. I'm still in peace. So I love the perspectives, and then the different things to learn. So it's awesome. I'm waiting on Peter Swain to come in with some water droplets.
Here, he's not here. He's not here.
I know.
Yeah, that's tomorrow. Tomorrow morning. We'll see all kinds of stuff. We'll hear it tomorrow.
Does Cappy have anything to say?
Yeah, I'm here. I definitely would share my voice and come on camera. Um, so I was listening in and out, to be honest. And there was one person talking that really got me interested about the whole meditating thing more often, and how it got me thinking about how I'm very big on meditating. I love to talk about how it's beneficial, but I have not been meditating much at all. So, and that's part of the reason why I'm here. Is like, okay, you guys should have you guys put a message in the chat, and I was like, this is a good time to get some meditation in and actually do it with others, you know, be kind of community minded while I'm doing it. And I had a real rough day today. When I say rough, if I really think about it, it wasn't that bad because you know how life can get. But I guess the meditation helped me to see that and kind of calm me down. Someone said something earlier, I think it was either to let things go or it just doesn't really matter, you know? So yeah, that's really my thoughts there for it.
Thank you, Cappy. I think I've told Janine this once or twice. There are some times where I forget what was bothering me. Right? I just forget what I mean. I was bothered like a minute ago, and then I forgot what was bothering me. And I said, "Wow, what a great trick! Let me keep on forgetting. Let me keep on having this type of short-term memory where I forget what's bothering me." Because I was trying to look for it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to do that. Why do that? I'm not going to try to remember what was bothering me. It's like Ted Lasso said, be a goldfish. Goldfish has a short-term memory. Be a goldfish. Just forget about it. I want to thank everyone for their contribution. Thank you, Janine, for the space again. For the beautiful space, Janine, creating beauty everywhere you go, and generosity and compassion. We're all grateful.
I want to acknowledge you for being the voice of our community on these weekly Wednesday guided meditations, Sammy. Unapologetically, you show up and you shine so bright in the way that we then get to close out our night.
Love it. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful, peaceful, relaxing night.
Everyone.
Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
That's well.